From a sick son of a middle-class factory worker to winning the World Cup for Argentina, Lionel Messi, also known as Leo or Messi, is widely regarded as one of the greatest soccer players of all time. He's also one of the famous, successful and richest footballers. Watch this video to the end to see how Messi's humble beginning and childhood health condition made him a household name. Messi was born on the 24th of June 1987 to George Messi, a factory worker, and Celia Kusitinin, who was a part-time cleaner. He was the third of the 4 children, and also he grew up in a tight-knit and supportive family. From a young age, it was clear that Messi had a natural talent for soccer. He began playing at the age of 5 for a local team called Grandoli, and it wasn't long before he was noticed by scouts from larger teams. However, Messi faced a major challenge at the age of 11 when he was diagnosed with a growth hormone deficiency, which simply means he is much shorter than most children of his age. This condition required expensive treatment and his family couldn't afford it. His parents was required to inject him in the legs every month, which cost about £1,000. Since they couldn't afford it, Messi continued living his normal life but get bullied several times by kids who had more stamina than him. He couldn't forgive them for beating him, yet he couldn't fight back as that would cause more harm than good. So he had a plan. He ensured that during playtime, he never played on the side of those who bullied him, and so he became their opponents. Whenever those big boys come close to getting the ball on the field, he would look straight into their eyes, give them an ugly laugh and dribble them with speed. He then runs as fast as possible so they don't come after him. When he gets to the post, he ensured he ridicules the keeper with a multiple goal thriller. It was his own way of saying, screw you, you can't go scot-free. At least, not bad as payback for those who bullied him. Messi's father was craving so badly that his son should have a better chance on the game of football, but his health condition was his main focus. In 1998, George Messi met Horacio Gaglioli, who lived in Bakar at then, and showed his son to him. Gaglioli instantly falls in love with a small loose heart for the goal and the legs for the ball, but he couldn't decide on signing the ball for 2 reasons. 1, because he was just 11 years old and was too young to start a football career. 2, because Gaglioli was not in the right position to decide his approval. It took him 2 years to consistently send Messi's video to Kas Risak, who was the sport director of Bakar, before Risak himself showed up and watched the boy play. The first 5 minutes he watched the boy play, he said, "I was stunned and excited watching him, seeing what he did with the ball, his movement, his dribbles and his vision. I knew that was him." In the year 2000, the officials of Football Club Barcelona in Spain were going through trying times and couldn't continue with signing young Leo because Luis Figo, their top player, had just left for Real Madrid because they offered him a fat check. Before this time, Figo had played excellently for Barca and he was regarded one of the fearless players who faced Real Madrid in any match. He was a player who has no name but gave them so much fear whenever he was on the pitch. So Real Madrid silently had a wish. They wanted to buy Figo so they can punish Barca, who was their biggest threat at then. The betrayal rumor spread even before the buyout, but Figo denied it. But when the news finally surfaced that Perez, who was Real Madrid's new president, had just won the election and had offered a whopping £62 million check to buy Barca's top star just to satisfy the promise he made to the team fans before they voted him in, Figo's fans were shocked. Figo regretted his action because he experienced one of the craziest match banters in the history of football by his loyal Barca fans, which threatened his life on the pitch. They just couldn't believe that the top Barca player left them for Real Madrid. They threw him broken bottles, knives, half-bricks and even a pig head when he was in the corner trying to kick in the ball. The pig head is seen in the Barcelona museum till today. Figo shamefully said, "Change is always good if it is for the better," which means he was after the money and the titles. This Figo unbelievable exit didn't allow Barca's officials to risk investing in the young Leo, and also it was because the team don't think long term. Football was a day-to-day business for them. Risak became restless when he heard that his top rivals, Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid, were already bidding for Messi and were even ready to pay for his medical treatment. Even though Risak was sure he wanted to sign Messi, they weren't ready yet. But because he doesn't want to lose the young guy to his rival, he did something very crazy. He called George, Leo's dad, and they met at the hotel eatery where he lodged with his son in Barca. George murmured as usual and didn't want to accept any further delay by the team again because his son had an injury during the friendly match Lionel Messi had in Barca, which made the boy sleep in bed for almost 2 months. They met with Maria Minguella, who was Barca's advisor and a friend of Risak, and Horacio Gadwoli, who was Messi's agent. Risak has no option than to tell the waitress to get him a napkin. He wrote those words in Spanish, which means, in Barcelona on 14 December 2000 and in the presence of Messi, Minguella and Horacio, Cas Risak, FC Barcelona's sporting director, hereby agrees under his responsibility and regardless of any dissenting opinions to sign the player Lionel Messi, provided that we keep to the amount agreed upon. He handed the napkin to George Messi to sign as his son's guarantor, with Minguella and Gagioli, who witnessed Messi's contract. Though Messi joined Barca in year 2000, he wasn't allowed to play until his family, who had just relocated, finished their paperwork and were allowed to live in Spain as a resident. During this time, Messi started his training at the La Masia Football Academy in Barca and started making friends during his first few weeks. He's naturally shy in nature and fond of himself. He couldn't relate well to most of them, but because he was really exceptional, it was easier for others to get along with him. During his training, he was getting his daily treatment until the injection dosage was over. He trained alongside top players like Xavi, Andres Iniesta, Gerard Piqué, Carles Puyol, Sergio Busquets, Pedro. During this time, he started playing for the FC Barcelona under-14 team. He scored 21 goals in 14 games for the junior team and he quickly graduated through the higher level teams at age 16. In the 2004 and 2005 season, Messi became the youngest football player and goal scorer in the Spanish La Liga at age 17. Though he was only 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighed 148 pounds, he was very strong and well balanced. He was swift on the field. Naturally, he's left-footed, quick and precise in the control of the ball. He was a keen pass distributor and could readily thread his way through loads of defenses, not even to mention his insane free kicks, corners, headers and fake kicks during penalty shootouts. In 2005, he was granted honorary Spanish citizenship since Messi always finds a way to pay back every good or bad he did to him. He later went on, won his first Champions League as Barca defeated Arsenal 2-1 in the final at age 18. Even though he had a thigh injury during the final, which made him stay in the bed, he was still awarded a trophy acknowledging his contribution to the campaign. Since every would definitely shake the world. Messi improved over the years, and by 2008, he was one of the most dominant players in the world, finishing second to the Manchester United's Cristiano Ronaldo in the voting for the 2008 Ballon d'Or. As of the time of making this video, Messi has amassed over 700 goals at the club level. Since making his senior competitive debut just past his 17th birthday, these 700 goals were proportionally divided between Messi's Champions League record and Messi's Liga records. Some of his heated club level records include 36 Liga hat-tricks, 10 most Liga titles won by foreign players, 7 Ballon d'Or award, 6 most ESM Golden Shoes, 79 goals in a calendar year in 2012, 123 UEFA competition goals for Barcelona. Just as he performed well at the club game, Messi has thrived on the international level, sealing his status as an Argentina legend comparable to Diego Maradona when he captained his nation to in each of the last 17 matches, even up to 2022. He also skipped his country to victory at 2021 Copa America and Finalissima 2022, and is on the course to become only the third man to register 100 international goals. Apart from winning the most Argentina caps at 172, the most Argentina goals at 98, and the most Argentina World Cup goals at 13. He also, in 2021, there was a big financial crisis in Barca, which makes them go through a hard time paying some of their players. At that time, Messi signed a new contract with Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, after spending 20 years in Barca. That year, he received another Ballon d'Or. Like I said before, all players are trained to never be emotional about their club. They are only after two things: the money and the titles. Lionel Messi has achieved tremendous success on the pitch, and his wealth reflects that. Messi earns $800,000 weekly, primarily as a source of income as a professional soccer player. He has played for FC Barcelona since 2004, and his contract with the club is consistently among the highest in the sport. In 2001, he signed a new contract with PSG and will be paid $34.6 million per season. In addition to his salary, Messi also earned extra bonuses and endorsements from different companies and sponsors. He has over 400 million Instagram followers, which made him comfortably charge $1.7 million per sponsored post. His success doesn't just come from the pitch. He has also been so smart with different investments and also business deals that he has outside of the field. He has endorsement deals with major brands like Adidas, Pepsi, and Turkish Airlines, and has also launched his own line of sports apparel and accessories. In fact, Adidas reportedly pay him over $10 million per year. Another factor contributing to Messi's wealth is his popularity and global appeal. As one of the most well-known and respected soccer players in the world, Messi has a large and devoted fan base. This has allowed him to command high fees for public appearances and endorsements. The biggest factor in Messi's wealth is his ability to consistently perform at the highest level year after year. He's also a valuable asset to his team, leading to even more income from merchandise and ticket sales. His multiple sources of income helped him achieve expensive things. He bought Ferrari 335X Spider Scaglietti, which is the most expensive car in his collection, worth a whopping $36 million. The legendary Ferrari is not the only car in Messi's garage. The player has a car collection that is worth over $3 million, which includes Pagani Zonda, Maserati Gran Turismo, Ferrari F43 Spider, Audi R8 V10, and many more. Recently, he rented a luxury private jet. The jet includes a kitchen, 2-bedroom, and 16 seats that can be folded to make its bed. It was also customized and has a number 10 on its tail. The jet is evaluated at $15 million, an amount that Messi could easily afford with his annual salary. Also, he rented a yacht that cost nearly $15 million per week. He wears expensive clothes that are over $5,000 per outfit and enjoys exotic vacations whenever he is not on the pitch or training for the next match. Lionel Messi also has a very kind heart by giving back to the world. In 2018, he gave nearly $3 million to build a hospital for children with cancer in Barcelona, but it was not the only time he helped. He had donated $218,000 to support a project in Kenya. In 2015, he gave $380,000 to UNICEF in Argentina. He has a total net worth of $620 million. In 2013, Messi and his father, who handled his son's finances, were charged with tax fraud and accused of using overseas shell companies to avoid paying £4 million in Spanish taxes on endorsement earnings. In July of that year, Messi and his father were given 21-month prison sentence that they bailed themselves out with $3.5 million. Messi's wealth is a combination of his talent and dedication as a soccer player, his smart business venture and his investments, his global appeal and his popularity, and his consistent performance at the highest level. Messi has a lovely bond with his family and friends. His dad, George Messi, managed his finance. His two brothers, Rodrigo Messi and Matias Messi, also work with him. His younger sister, Maria Sol Messi, managed Leo Messi Foundation. He was happily married to Antonella Roccuzzo, who knew him before he was known as the greatest soccer player in the world. They both met as children in their hometown of Rosario in Argentina. They are happily married with 3 kids, Matteo, Thiago, and Ciro. Messi also is seen with Marco Verratti, the best friend who travels the world with him, and they share a great bond together. As they say, there is no sunrise without sunset. Messi might be the god of football, but he has a silent wish throughout his career. His greatest desire is that he wants to win the World Cup for his country, Argentina, just like Maradona did. Even though he came close to it in the FIFA World Cup final he had against Germany in 2014, but he lost his chance during the extra time of the match, which ends the game with 1-0. After he moved to PSG in 2021, he got qualified for the memorable FIFA World Cup final. No doubt, that was the craziest moment he was waiting for. It was a dream come true. Hey boss, there you have it. One of the most inspiring stories ever told. The insane story of Messi. At age 15, Ronaldo was diagnosed with a heart condition that needed urgent surgery. His story was that of a poor boy who struggled to live to become one of the most successful footballers of all time. Recently, after Ronaldo's dismissal from Man U and loss to Morocco in the 2022 World Cup, he was signed by the Saudi Arabian club Al Nassr for $214.5 million to play for the team before his retirement. Currently, he is the most highly paid footballer in the world right now. If you want me to cover Ronaldo's story and how he rose to stardom, make sure you stay updated on this channel. This video is dedicated to Messi, the greatest of all time. To every footballer out there who is setting out to break his record, you can do it. To every Messi fan and lover, your rows in the stadium made the GOAT the fiercest animal in the jungle of stars. To the world best Messi lover, I know my brother Felix Tayo. To every overnight Messi fan who started loving him because he won the 2022 World Cup, my G, we know ourselves. To everyone who has a dream and believes for sure that it is valid to chase, the story of Messi is giving you the hope, not just because you can achieve those great things in life, but simply because you have to be tough and strong no matter what life throws at you. In fact, Messi stands for mental, emotional, social, spiritual injury. No doubt, you will experience crazy difficulties which may injure you mentally. The betrayal may even come from your closest family member who could hurt you emotionally, or maybe be socially abused by your friend. You may pray sometimes and feel like God doesn't hear you and makes you feel spiritually betrayed. But I can tell you this, you only need one more match, one more video, one more trial, one more book, one more idea, and maybe one man like Agioli who believes in the potential of Messi and contends behind the curtain for you so you can earn the respect of the world and be celebrated for the value you carry. And maybe you too can become the greatest of your time. Hey boss, thank you so much for watching that video. If you're not subscribed to this channel yet, all you need to do right now is to tap on the subscribe button right now. Turn on your notification bell so you can get notified when next I drop a new video. Don't forget to hit the like button so that YouTube can rank this video and other amazing guys can find this video just like you. Do me a favor by also sharing this video with your amazing friends and your family and your loved ones so they can get to see more exciting content that is coming on right here on this channel. Remember, you are the boss. Never let them see you coming. So stay dangerous.